from bots?
Around, I can say 14 people. So what we can do, we can start now and people will join. Okay. So with permission of all of you, I'm recording this session so that we can make it available for others. And those who have joined, welcome to the session. Within next 1 minute, I'll quickly introduce this session. I'll not take more time today because we already waited long for people to join. So welcome everyone to the Saturdays for Sustainability Learning, where we discuss sustainability topics to understand it in a better way. So this is a collaborative understanding or collaborative exploration of sustainability topics. And I'll not take more time about it, but if anybody would like to share a few things, what they think this initiative is, those who have joined for past few sessions, within just 2 to 3 sentences, that would be great, so that I can avoid speaking about this initiative because you have you will be sharing that with your experience. If anybody would like to share that in just within a minute, that would be great.
Nobody?
Because I thought if I share, I take generally more time, so that's why I was asking for you. Okay, all right. So I'll just quickly share. So this is nothing but a mastermind group where we discuss sustainability topics, and these are the four whys if you have joined for the first time. So learning new thing, networking, and getting to know about different opportunities. So this is something about this initiative. And today, before starting this initiative, I'll also share if you have registered, let's say on this Google form. So just one time registration is required so that you will get the calendar invite and the WhatsApp group link. Otherwise, we may lose the long-term sustainability of joining for this initiative. Okay, so that's it from my side. I'll not take more time. And today we have a topic, very interesting topic, role of technology in carbon emissions and ESG reporting. And we have pleasure having Mr. Sunil Singh. He is a founder of Clidapt, which is climate adaptation, a short for climate adaptation. And Sunil has been innovating with technology, sustainability, climate change. So his expertise into this fields, very varied fields, is really encouraging. And today's topic, where I guess the four important words which will be core of today's topic would be carbon emissions, ESG reporting, role of technology, and we will see what emerges from that. Okay, because major part of it is question and answers. So welcome, Sunil. Thank you so much for your time, and I'll open this session. You can introduce the topic for us, and then we can take up the questions, and let's see how the session goes. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much for introducing me. And I wanted to make it more of like discussion thing so that because I don't know the understanding level of people in this group. So, but anyways, I can introduce myself and tell something. Then, if anybody, if you have any question, um, anytime you can just raise your hand, or there is raise hand feature, right, in this
Yeah.
kind of. Yeah, right.
Yes, it's there.
Yeah, and you can just ask me anything. uh, it's not possible to cover everything in a short period of time, but I will try. I will just introduce myself first. My name is Sunil, and yeah, I'm the founder of Clidapt. So, as Dhananjay said, it's a short form of climate adaptation. We wanted to book .com domain, the popular one. Everybodybooks.com. So, Clidapt, simple. That represents what we are doing. We started company keeping in mind like we have to do something in climate change. I I read a couple of books that inspired me to how bad is the climate for us and for the next generation. So that inspired me to do something. And we have three products. So carbon emissions, ESG reporting, and climate risks and adaptation. So regarding carbon emissions, whatever humanity does has carbon footprint, and they are in the environment. So how should I start? Like, about carbon emissions, but most of the people, when they think about carbon emissions, then they think about the energy, they think about the big factories, uh, they think about manufacturing plants emitting the lots of pollution in the environment, or they think about the cars, diesel cars or diesel vehicles, or petrol vehicles, emitting the carbon. But that is one part of the equation. The another part that we don't think um, is the everyday life. The food we are eating, it has carbon emissions. The transport system we are using, it has carbon emissions. Agriculture has carbon emissions. Uh, so everything that we do has carbon emissions. Now, the world emits 51 billion tons of carbon emissions every year. That's a lot. And because of that, our temperature of the earth is increasing. And I don't know if people know about the Paris Agreement that happened. Then we decided we don't want to cross the 1.5 degrees Celsius temperature in comparison to pre-industrial level. But now I think we are crossing 2 degrees Celsius. And if we don't stop emitting carbon emissions, then by the end of the century, the temperature might go to 4 to 6 degrees Celsius. And at that temperature, it would be very hard to live in places like India, Africa, uh, East Asia. Um, the global south will be the more affected by climate change. The earth will be more warmer, and because of that, there will be more floods, and frequency and the severity both will increase. The wildfires, sea level rise, all of these climate events, storms, drought, and the people who will be most affected will be the people who are under poverty line, farmers. If you think all of this, like then you realize, okay, why we have to reduce the carbon emission from the environment, and that's why we started the company. So because my background is in technology, and so then it makes sense to create something with technology. And we all emit carbon. The shirt I'm wearing, the food I'm eating, everything has carbon footprint. But if we want to reduce it, then companies and organizations, they have a major part to play in. So that's why we thought, okay, let's create a platform where any company can measure their carbon emissions. See, if you want to reduce your carbon emissions, you first need to measure it.
Right.
And companies can adopt this process of measuring and reducing the carbon emission. For that, it is necessary to make a system that is easy to use. If it is hard, people don't use it. If you need to calculate each of the emission using your pen and pencil or Excel sheet, then it is hard. But if you give them system that is very easy to use, then they will use it. So using technology, we can solve this problem of analysis of the carbon emissions and reducing the carbon emissions. Then they can people might have know about this SBTIs. So SBTIs are there so that you can make a target of till which year you want to reduce your carbon emissions by 2030, maybe 2040 or 2035, and then you can step by step you can reduce it. But to reduce it, first you need to know where are the carbon emissions.
Mm-hmm.
Do you own many trucks in the company that emit more carbon, or do your employees takes more flights instead of rain. So first you need to identify the hotspots of carbon emissions. So once you identify, okay, if you don't know the data, you don't know how to reduce it. Once you know, then you can take action. So if we tell you, okay, the energy that you are using in your company is coming from the coal, and coal is the biggest source of carbon emission. If you know this information, then you can decide to, okay, let's diversify our energy sources. Let's put solar plant, or let's take wind power if it is available in our area. So to make decision, it is very necessary to have the data. So that data is we provide. So this is like it's very simple. You just need to know what you are doing. So for example, in the system, you just enter how much energy are you consuming in your company, and the system tells you the total of the carbon emissions for that energy. And you can take that information from your energy bill that comes to you yearly or monthly or whatever.
Mhm.
And similarly, you can just add, if you know how many trucks you own, or how much diesel or petrol is used, then you can convert it into carbon emissions.
Okay.
If you know how much coffee is being used in your company, then you can convert it into carbon emissions. How many how many people are coming using public transport, or how many people are coming using cars, or if you are using meat in your company, or whatever supply, grains, rice, how much it is coming, and what is the carbon footprint for that milk. Everything has carbon footprint. So then you can, all of this data you can see in the dashboard, and then you can decide, okay, now this is part where if you, as a company, you want to measure and reduce the carbon. But also now it is becoming more and more kind of you know to disclose this information in regulatory reporting, like BRSR reporting,
Right.
ESG reporting. So there are many frameworks. BRSR in India that started a couple of years back, and then there is GRI, there is SASB, there is CSRD in Europe, in US SEC. So there are many frameworks, but all of these frameworks, what they want your company to be sustainable. So as a part of, like, if you see BRSR reporting, you need to disclose your scope 1, scope 2, and scope 3 emissions. How will you do that? You can use technological software like us, and you can measure all your carbon emissions, and you can disclose this information. So disclosing the information is the first step. Now, I think the BRSR reporting in India is mandatory for the top companies. I don't know, 1,000, 2,000 companies around that.
Yeah.
But in future, uh, it will be applicable on many companies. Why? Because for credit funding. So if, as a company, if you go to bank, they will ask you, along with your accounting, what do you call it, accounting report.
Mhm.
They will ask you your ESG report. So how much is your emission? How is your social, thing? Like how are you managing people in your company? Uh, are you providing training to them? Or how many are female? How many are male? Uh, so all of this information, or how are you performing in governance of your company? So all of this information will be required for small and medium companies also. So if they get loan from the bank, the information will be required. Uh, and they need to disclose this to their stakeholders also, their investors, uh, and their customers also. So all of this connects whatever we are doing, ESG reporting or the carbon emission. We are actually doing to save our planet. So the core is that. That's why we are doing it.
Mhm.
And so that's why the platform we made, like the other products we have ESG um, reporting. Now, if you see if you have seen this PRSR template from SEBI, it is very complicated, very. You have this Excel sheet they provide, and I mean, even if you know ESG data, how how what it is and all the definitions, you will get confused. It will take you weeks to understand that, and then filling up data is very cumbersome. And if you see the big companies, they have multiple offices across India in different states. Now you just need to call those offices as a sustainability head in a company or sustainability professional. You need to try keep calling to those people, or emailing those people, or maybe in your local internet chat reaching out to those people. It will be a mess, and then they will provide you some data, then you will ask for the data source of that data, and then you will forget where to enter that or where to collect them. So even for example energy data, and if a company has 10 offices, then getting energy data from the concerned department, it's a pain.
Right.
So that's why we try to solve it, how to make it easier. And then again, if after collecting all of this data, that takes months, sometimes years, it depends.
Mhm.
You need to create this 50-60 pages of report and type it on your document. That will take you days or weeks, depends on your typing speed and what you want to write. So
Right.
there are so many challenges. So that's why we thought, okay, why don't we solve it using technology? Like, people don't need to know how many you know uh, pages are there, or how many tables are there in the BRSR report, or how many sheets are there. If you see that Excel sheet, there are multiple sheets. They just need to know what the data they need to enter. Like, if I tell you, you don't need to learn about the BRSR reporting.
Mhm.
Just you come to our platform software, and
Mhm.
every part of every question, every point of the reporting we have given. So you just click on that and enter the data. For example, you just click on the uh, contact person in case of any queries. You need to fill it up. Then you just
Mhm.
enter that, and we will save it for that reporting field. So all the data that you have, and the system tells you how many data fields are filled and how many are remaining.
Mhm.
So you don't need to review again and again all those Excel sheets. Okay, how many are filled and how many are remaining, and it's very confusing, and it takes a lot of bandwidth of your brain. But if you are using a system that you just come here, okay, this is filled, I know that. So you just know how many out of 1,000 data points. Okay, I have 600 filled. I don't need to touch them. I need to focus on the 400. And whatever data field, because see, in a company it's very, and a BRSR report is wide. You you don't know all the data points.
Mhm.
You need people,
Right.
to whom you will ask them. Like from the accounting team, you will ask, okay, what expenses were there, the amount of diesel or whatever, or maybe there might be different department for energy, where you will ask about energy data. So the job of a sustainability professional is actually coordinating with multiple departments and people, and so it's challenging. Now in our system, you just add those people in the system.
Mhm.
Done. So if I have
Right.
energy data from energy department, I will just add that person in the system, and I will tell them, okay, just add the data yourself, upload the document,
So you can
and
assign them for different
you can
departments
assign.
and
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
okay,
yeah,
all right,
yes,
all right.
assign.
So I'll come here because I have one very interesting question. Uh, Based on thank you so much for looping in all the, let's say, emissions, technology, ESG reporting, climate risk, entire things in one your introduction. One very interesting question that I have is, which is, as we are discussing role of technology in addressing all these challenges, right? And uh, so, how well technology is suited in today's time when we are sitting at, let's say, September 2024, right? So at this time, what do you think? How well suited the technology is with respect to capturing the emissions for different sectors? So is it, let's say, advanced in some of the sectors, or how sector-wise technology is useful or capable in today's time? So that would be one question to start with.
So the technology is the technology we have, but the
Mhm,
technology depends on the data.
mhm,
Okay. So suited, okay. I will answer it in two parts. The first one is the problem of the data. So
mhm,
the emission that we calculate depends on the emission factor. And in some countries, there are
mhm,
emission factors of most of the activity. Okay. So the grain I eat, the milk I drink,
mhm,
the car I drive, the diesel or petrol I take, the boat if I have a boat, if whatever activity,
mhm.
you know, they have the emission factor for everything.
Right.
Not everything, but most of them. US, UK, and Europe, they have very good emission factor database.
Mhm,
Now, in our countries, in India, global South, we don't have because I mean we don't have because I think nobody calculated them. Most of the this work is done by government organizations or the research institutes.
mhm,
Now, because we don't have these emission factors, what to do?
mhm,
Should we not calculate? Should we just say no? We don't have, so we don't. So see, remember, the main point is not calculation. The main point is saving the planet, and the main point is reducing the carbon. Now, it doesn't matter if your carbon emission is 451 ton or 451.5 ton.
right.
The main thing is identifying the hotspots in the organization so that you can convert them to less carbon emitting sources or no carbon emitting sources.
Mhm,
That is the point. So, in our system, we because we don't have emission factors for India, we use from US because US seems to be closely related to
mhm,
like in UK they are different. In Europe, in every country in Europe they have different. So, but we use from US so that at least people can calculate, identify the hotspots, and reduce those carbon.
mhm.
So that is
Right.
one part. Now,
Mhm,
the technology, see, we have technology to measure or at least identify carbon emissions for big companies or emitters using satellite data. The technology is there. Like we use,
mhm,
when we work in satellite data, so using satellite data, you can tell which factory
mhm,
is emitting how much carbon. You can estimate that.
mhm,
So so technology is there, and there is also a website. I think who made it, Algore or something. Something. And I think last year's COP 26 or something. I forgot. But he announced that website where he measured. I'm not he. His team measured carbon emissions of airports, of
mhm,
big manufacturing firms, or like coal plants and all of that. It's there using satellite. So we can. So technology is becoming advanced.
mhm,
Uh, okay, this is about the carbon emissions, but also if you talk about ESG reporting, and also is
mhm,
like okay, This is our next product feature, but I will tell you. So we are implementing AI. Everything has AI, but AI can also make your job easier. So the ESG data or the carbon emissions data that I was talking about, you need to find the data, right? And to find
Right.
data, you need to search the documents. Like, for example, if you have 10 offices across India, or if you're a bank like SBI and you have thousands of offices across India, and you want to
Right.
know the electricity bill of every office for the whole year, then it's a nightmare, right? Going through all those bills and taking that electricity kilowatt hours value and then entering in the system.
Right.
Forget about it. So using AI, what you can do, you can drop all that down, those electricity bills in your Google Drive or whatever you use,
Mhm.
Microsoft Drive, whatever system, and our AI can detect that and
Mhm.
automatically can tell you and enter in the system. So how cool is that? So using technology, we can solve many things.
Mhm.
Whatever technology is becoming, available. Like right now, AI is there. I don't know how far the quantum computing is for the real world scenario, but we will see. So,
Mhm.
and another use case of technology that we are using in climate risks. So the now you as an organization you have calculated the carbon emission, right?
Mhm.
And now you have okay ESG reporting you have sorted out. If you use our system, I have not seen any
Right.
system like ours. That okay. Now, what about these? Okay, climate is changing. That is true. We are
Right.
already past 2 degrees Celsius. Okay.
Mhm.
Now, we don't know that even if we reduce all the carbon emissions in the world and become net zero,
Mhm.
will the extreme climate events will stop or will be the
Right.
same? No.
Mhm.
So that is the problem. Like, okay, first it will be very hard to be net zero for the whole world because livelihoods are dependent on coal plants. Like if there are no coal plants, we cannot study, we cannot work, we don't have energy,
Right.
so we cannot just shut down those coal plants. So, but
Mhm.
unfortunately, we don't know if you know there will be more climate events or not. That is the
Mhm.
reality. And if you see the world, right, news people see it's becoming more and more frequent and more severe. Uh, these climate events like floods in India, there are lots of floods.
Yeah.
Wildfire, sea level rise, drought, storm, heat waves. So that's how we created this climate risks product. So for all as a company, if you have suppose if you have a plant in an area where the flood risk is there,
Mhm.
then as a company you will have economic losses, right?
Right.
The flood comes.
Mhm.
Now
Right.
what can you do? First, you need the information, the intelligence. So for every asset uh, on the earth, like for every location on the earth, we provide
Mhm.
climate risk analysis for six
Okay.
climate hazards. So you
Mhm.
enter your office location in our system,
Mhm.
and we tell you how what is the chances of these climate events from today till the end of the century.
Okay. Wow. Mhm.
So if you want to know like what are the probabilities of these climate risks in 2045, then
Mhm.
you can know, okay, there is the probability of flood. And if you
Mhm.
know the probability of flood, then you can adapt for it, right? If you
Mhm.
know my plant is the flood might come, then you can make adaptation plans. You can implement adaptation measures, right?
Does
So
the
this is
system
how,
provide this
yeah,
adaptation measure? Sorry to cut in. Does the
yeah, yeah.
system provide the adaptation measures? Because as we are using technology and maybe artificial intelligence, so is it possible to analyze
Yes,
huge
yes,
data
yes,
sets and accordingly
yes,
provide the best possible solution for that area?
yes. So right now in the system, we provide the climate risk, and now it's in development where
Mhm.
based on the asset type.
Mhm.
So basically, we take the data from their building information models, and then we, based on that data, we suggest the customized adaptation measures. So that is in development. Soon it will be live. So we can tell them what they really need to do to adapt to that climate event. So yeah, what else? Yeah, in short, like, I mean, if people, they want to ask me something, I would be happy to answer. Or they can reach out to me after the call also, if they have any question.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sir,
We have first
Priyanka
question.
this side.
Yes, please.
Hi,
Uh,
Priyanka.
I Hello, sir. Sir, I'm a student. First of all, I don't know like practical knowledge from the field, but I took certain interviews. Based on that, what I found is that the large companies, they are already using some common sharing platform where, like, if a company is having 10 factories or 10 units, so they are sharing all the information on that platform. They are putting all the emission information over there, and they are already using AI also. So most of the large companies, like three, four companies, I noticed this thing. That how it is like what I'm not from a student perspective. I'm asking it. So what is the difficulty like in doing that? What is your expertise that you are providing, or are you doing the same thing?
So I don't know about those software, but you have to understand that sometimes, um, see, big companies, they already have a network of big consultants. They have money and they have
Yes, yes,
right. I mean, see, if you talk about Tata or HDFC Bank or
yes,
SBI, I mean, they have some sorts of consultants since 10 or 15 years,
yes, sir.
consulting them on sustainability and all that, because they are international organizations. They need to produce reports in other countries also, right?
Right.
Or the stakeholders from the other countries.
Yes,
So
sir.
for big companies, and also for big companies, they don't worry about money.
Mm,
Right.
They can easily spend as much money as you want. They just need report for their stakeholders. It doesn't matter if it is 10 lakh rupees or 20 lakh rupees, because they have money.
yes, sir.
So we are not talking. So when like in my view, I'm not worried about big company.
Okay.
What I want to enable are small and medium companies. So those are the
Okay.
companies, they cannot pay 10 lakh rupees to consultant to do their ESG reporting,
Right.
Mhm.
And so big
right?
companies, I think they are having a team of sustainability members, like all of them are expert and like they are doing a lot. I think your model suits to the SMEs and the MSMEs.
Our software can be used by big companies also. But the problem is,
Okay.
see, okay, most of the software that I have seen, they are very clunky. The design is very old and they are hard to operate. Like in case of BRSR reporting, first of all, I have not seen any software, but I think one or two software I have just saw their website, and
Mhm.
how they design the software. It depends. Like I mean, if you use some software for 2000, and now you use the software like, I don't know if people used Orkut in the early
Mhm.
to 2000.
Right.
There was this social media, social website, social network. Before
Right.
Yes,
Facebook,
sir.
there was Orkut,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
and before
Yes.
Orkut, there was MySpace.
Mm.
There was this one friend Tom who was friend of everybody in the on the website.
Mm.
But anyways, the MySpace, and when MySpace came, then those people, they said, okay, this is the best, and
Mm.
But if you see MySpace and Orkut now, they are so clunky. They are not easy to use, and they take us a lot of time. And in my opinion, the big companies, they might be using those clunky software. But the
Mm.
problem is, because they have already hired the people, they have already had their company data saved in the software. Maybe they know that that is the problem, but they are not moving. They cannot move out of it.
Mhm.
Right, sir.
That's the biggest challenge. So yeah, I mean, but what we want to do is we want to enable people uh, who are scared to measure their ESG reporting. who find it difficult to do emissions calculation. Like our software doesn't require you to be a kind of,
Expert in the
expert. Yeah.
yeah.
It's just a software. You just put your data, everything happens behind the scene. And the report is on already, you can download one click. You don't need to create the report.
Okay, got it, sir.
So for like, if you have a company, you can use it yourself. And if you don't have time to use it yourself, you hire a consultant that can use it in part-time consultant to save your money. Or if you have some money, you hire only one sustainability professional, and he or she can manage the system for you. You don't need to hire 10 people or 20 people for all the 10 offices, right? You can add all the people in the system for the data entry. They can enter the data and the system calculates everything. So our system, I believe it is more automatic, advanced, modern design. I have not seen the software, but yeah, that is.
Sir, just now you mentioned about that emission factor thing. Other than that, is there any other difficulty while calculating the emission? And like, what about calculating scope 3 emission for Indian companies? How difficult it is?
Okay, apart from the emission factor, the difficulty is identifying the activity.
Okay.
Because most of the companies that I have seen, I will tell you. Okay. When I was building this platform, I was researching other products also. And one of the biggest environmental and ESG consultant on the planet,
Mm-hmm.
I will not name because this call is recorded. but anyways, I have tried their software before building mine.
Mm-hmm.
And you won't believe it how much work it is and how wrong the data was. They
Mhm.
created the software maybe 10 years back. The emission factors were 10 years old. They
Mhm.
did not update it.
Mhm.
The system is very clunky.
Mhm.
So,
Right,
so
sir.
this is very difficult, right? This is very difficult. So that's why,
And
yeah,
and it's difficult to know whether we are doing it correct or not. Means that is the
that's why
current
I
issue with
mentioned
most of the people. Yeah.
that's why I told you it's not a matter
Mm-hmm.
of, exactness. It's a matter of
Mm-hmm.
identifying your hotspot because
Mm-hmm.
the emission factor that you are using, how would
Mm-hmm.
you know those emission factors are exact,
Mm-hmm.
Sir,
right?
is
Yeah,
there should be
yeah,
some
Sunil. This is Vijay. I work for a company called Vipico, and it's a Japanese-based company. We built a software called Sustainability Data Platform, which enhances all the sustainability of an organization. And we built this product 4 years back. We have this technology is tested by different big companies, namely and we build this platform on the SaaS or on the customer used technology. And yeah, very, very nice to see that the differentiator, what you have explained about your software. Like, no, when somebody in the audience asked about the scope 3 challenges, how your software uh, catches this like what is a product carbon footprint, how do you capture the scope 1 2 and 3 data, what is carbon footprint, what are the data required for the carbon footprint?
So if you are already using the software, right? As I understand,
Yeah,
sustainability software.
yeah, I already
So
built that software. I
you
built
already
that.
built.
Yeah, I built this software 3 4 years
Okay.
back. Yeah, and it
So
is in the
what it
platform.
does? What does the software do?
Same carbon accounting system.
Okay. So if it does carbon accounting, then you know about how it is calculated and you built it, right? I mean, I don't understand the question. Sorry.
No, what is the
Mm, mm.
what is the carbon footprint? How your software is a key differentiator? How it collects data to calculate the product carbon footprint?
What are the carbon footprints? You say, right?
Okay,
So I'll,
like
I'll I'll just reframe the
Okay.
question.
yeah,
So
Okay.
yeah,
uh, let's say there is one product and we want to capture the carbon footprint of that product.
Mm,
what is the process, let's say, and how it will be calculated in the software?
Okay, so for product, it will be a bit tricky because first of all, it depends on product by product. For example, what is uh, what is the recipe? Like it's called if we type a recipe or something like what. Mhm. Okay, if a product is built and how much energy it takes, what is the transportation of that product from the manufacturing to the to the what the sales office or whatever, or the shop, or what if the product uses any fuel system, or like
Are
if
you
you talk about
talking about the
car.
LCA, sir?
No,
But
no. Yeah,
in
So,
please go
in
ahead. Please
LCA
go ahead. Go ahead.
in LCA we also calculate the carbon emissions, right?
Yeah,
Or not?
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
yes,
we
yes,
I
yes.
think
calculate.
this will be suited for LCA. I think yeah, Priyanka, you are right. I think for the product life cycle analysis, we already calculate the carbon. Okay, but anyways, whatever you do in our system, so whatever activities constitute that product, you can add those activities in our system, and then you can calculate the product carbon footprint. But
Mhm.
our system is more suitable for organization. So because the organization, because it has ESG reporting, it has climate risk that the organizations need to disclose, then it will be easy. But you can use it for to calculate the product carbon footprint. You add all the activities that constitute that manufacturing of the product, and then you can have the carbon emission for that product. I don't know. Did I answer your question or not?
Yeah,
Or
partly.
yeah,
But yeah, what Sunil, what is my experience? I've been in this field for 25 years, and I've
okay,
built a platform, digital platform within the organization, outside the organization, and for the different companies, different technologies. Okay. The key is we are not the best. Okay. Each and every software, what they build has a thought process. It is up to the innovation, what the team has built it, and how simplify is the simplify, user friendly, and how you get the quick calculation. As you said, one click report, isn't it? And
yeah,
continuously developing that software. Yes, there is a lot of
yeah,
space in this. Everybody has to pitch in the automation. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, you rightly answered partly, but it goes more granularity what we are thinking. We had to connect into the BOM, ERP materials, integration, element wise, component wise, breakdown, each activity wise. You need to have to take it down 3 level below what SKU level. All those things are there. Okay. Still, actually Indian softwares are very like they are in the like on the level at the higher level, not in the granular level of a element level, what the plastic, like you take a shampoo bottle. In the shampoo bottle, what are the pieces? Each piece has what is the emissions, where it is coming from. All those things are not as it is required for you. Like many software already have that granularity level of what they have built. Yeah, still it is evolving. As you said, most everything has to be updated, keep updating the emission factors, keep improving the day by day. When you see this software, no, when I developed last 6 months back, and now it is looking is extraordinary. And now 6 months from now, it will be again, it will be very different, especially the way other like no, other countries and other thinking, no, they always continuously improvement, especially the Japanese cultures. They are not satisfied with what they have. They continuously improving software. Yeah, we should continue to evolve, improve, and make the user friendly sustainability accounting. That's what it is. Thank you.
yeah. So no, I understand. Uh, see, as you said, for the product carbon footprint, you need to know the activities that that make that product, and you can calculate it because one company, it was a construction company, I guess, and they used our system to calculate the carbon footprint of the wall, prefabricated wall. So that was their product. So they wanted to calculate like, how much carbon emissions they are saving in comparison to the general wall of the prefabrication or on and their innovative prefabricated some kind of it was some wall. So
Innovation.
yeah, some innovative wall was there,
Mhm.
prefabricated wall construction. So they added like electricity to make that part, then the transport, then whatever in between was there. They added all these activities in the system, and they got the carbon emission.
Mhm.
So yeah, I mean you can use it for the product also, but the activities that you need to know about them. I mean we cannot say that because we are not expert in making shampoo, or we are not expert in making walls or making any like there are millions of products, but the system can be used because this system is very modular. You just need to know the activity. I mean, I hope Vijay, that's what you mean, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes,
If our system can be used or not.
yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Thanks,
But
Sunil.
yeah, yeah. But thank you. But I think Priyanka was asking something when
Yes, sir. Sir,
yeah.
just now what Vijay sir was asking, like, it created doubt in my mind. I think whatever product we are making or whatever service we are providing, I think we need to break everything in scope 1, scope 2, and scope 3 first. And if it is a product, for example, scope 1 covers the operational activity, the production
Oh
part
no no
and
no!
everything.
I want to stop you there. Okay okay
Yeah.
okay okay okay. It is very hard. Even I don't know anything about this. But this okay. If we can stop
Shall
the
I?
recording, I can show you the product.
Thank you.
And
Excellent.
so
I'll
yeah.
Thanks.
stop here
Yeah, excellent.
Yeah.
That will be.
because
Okay
I must
okay.
say that this is really a wonderful platform that you have shared, because I have also seen, I guess, uh, two platforms which they shared with me regarding ESG reporting, which were very difficult, you know. And the first feedback that I shared with them is it's not user friendly. The person was saying, no, no, it's user friendly. But I said, no, it's not for me. So, but compared to these two platforms, your platform for ESG reporting means whatever you shared, so that's really easy, and it's wonderful. And with carbon, with emissions tracking as well, we can find that it's easy. So any last comments from Vijay or Priyanka
No, no,
you
no.
want?
It's very nicely. It's hard to see. No, it's very difficult, Dhananjay, to build a software. It has to
Yeah.
go a lot of pain, build the emission factor, build the database, data dictionary, map it across the things, user friendly. Sunil and his team has done wonderful to bring this BRSI, which is very critical for the SMEs to report. And yeah, like it's a long journey. It has to evolve by itself. The software, the users, I will say, by their feedback, it will evolve by itself. But the version one, you can say, is very nice and user friendly. Thanks Sunil and Dhananjay for this arranging. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Vijay.
If anything help is needed, please reach out. We certainly have whatever best we can have, share knowledge, we can do that.
Thank you,
Thank
Vijay, for your kind words.
you.
Good to hear. I mean, but yeah, thank you very much. And
For
yeah,
me also, sir, it looks great. Like, I don't have much expertise in the field, but it looks great and simple to use.
yeah. See, that's why we made it. You don't need to be expert.
Yes, sir.
I mean, yeah. If you need access, if you want to play around, or no, if you want to use it for your understanding and anything, just let me know. Ping me, and I would be happy to provide access.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Great, wonderful, wonderful. And for those who are watching this recording, so I'll share the website link in the description, so you can just go there. And I guess on the website also, you can fill in the form, and that's how you can connect as well. So I'll just quickly share with my screen, and Sunil, you can just confirm if it is correct.
Yeah.
I guess so.
It's
It
at the
is the
bottom. Yeah,
Clidapt.
it's at the
Yeah.
bottom.
So at the bottom, you can fill in your details like name, company email, and your contact number. You can submit so that directly you can connect with Sunil, and his team can support you in your sustainability journey. Because I always believe that manual work should be limited. So that's why I thought this is the best way to do. So yeah,
See, that's the point of life, right? We should
yeah,
not be working every time, right?
And so
We should have,
one more suggestion. I don't
yeah,
know whether it will help or not, but if you will connect people who are facing difficulty or challenges in filling this form, they can tell you more, like what can be done and how it can be improved further, like from
uh,
sustainability area only.
how to connect to those people. I would be happy to connect. I mean,
So they are
that's
your
that's the
clients.
thing. No. My clients are okay. Clients are okay. So in India, sir, I was thinking about India. And I live here in Helsinki, and I think the only way I can connect to Indian people is through like these kind of groups and uh,
Mhm.
meetings and discussions.
Hmm.
So yeah, if I get the opportunity to speak to other forums or ESG professionals, I would be happy to tell them that what I have, and if that is useful for them, maybe I need to build something else that is useful for them.
Yes,
But
sir.
I am here to to make things uh, with technology for sustainability and climate change. So,
Right, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
wonderful,
thank
wonderful.
you for your comments and inputs, and I'm happy to participate in this call. Thank you, Dhananjay, for inviting me.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you. Thank you so much for your insights. And definitely, sustainability is not one person's job. So it's a collective,
Yeah,
continuous evolution and continuous collaboration is required. And that's what we will try to do. And we will try to support more people to achieve. So, thank you so much for your insights, for your valuable time. It was wonderful. Thank you.
thank you, and take care. Bye.